Hello and welcome back to Angel's Kitchen and Cocktails. I'm Angel. Today I'm going to be making a tater tot ribeye appetizer for you. Ingredients, very simple, very easy meal to make. A really good family style meal, and it's something that you could get your kiddos in the kitchen to cook. They'll have fun doing that, just help them cut the steak. But again, we have tater tots, we have a nice cut of ribeye steak, okay? And we are going to be adding a 3 cheese combination. We have some pico de gallo. We also have some fresh jalapeno. Now that is all you're going to be making your actual dish with. I chose to use pico de gallo today. I have, cut up onions separately and use salsa as an alternative, but I love pico de gallo and it's very easy, very quick, and that's what we want to stay focused on today. And I'll add that even though I call this an appetizer, you can very easily turn this into a full meal simply by adding a nice, greasy, leafy salad. We are pairing this meal today with a nice rich Malbec, so cheers to that. Delicious. While the tater tots are cooking and the steak is getting room temp, and before we cook that, we are going to make a really easy, tasty dipping sauce. I call it Chipotle Ranch dipping sauce. Again, very easy, very minimum ingredients. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, we'll go ahead and put those tater tots in the oven. Okay, so the tater tots are in the oven. I have the timer set. In the meantime, we will go ahead and season our steak. I have a ribeye here. It is getting room temp before we cook it. We'll cook it in the pan on top of the stove, and we're gonna let it rest for at least 5 minutes before we add it to the tater tots. So we just have some fresh black pepper, and we have some kosher salt. We're just gonna get it in there really good. It's all the seasoning you need for a ribeye, in my opinion. Other side, of course, gonna do the same thing. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and let my pan start heating up so we can cook this ribeye in there. It's gonna cook really fast. We're gonna give it a nice sear. We're gonna take it off the pan, put it on a plate, and let it rest. Make sure your pan is at medium high. Even if it smokes a little bit, don't be afraid of a little bit of smoke. You want your pan really, really hot because this ribeye is gonna cook really, really fast. Okay, so while our pan is heating, we are going to whip up our dipping sauce. Ingredients for the Chipotle Ranch dipping sauce is sour cream, Hellmann's mayonnaise, adobe sauce, some garlic pepper, and a little bit of lime juice, and that is it, and it is delicious. Did I say the ranch? Hidden Valley Ranch. Duh! Okay, so I'll measure this out. So we are doing a 1/2 cup of mayo and a 1/2 cup of sour cream. So about that. So we'll just put that in there. Great. I don't know if you rinse your measuring cup for stuff like this. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't. It's all going in the same place. It's being mixed up. And that is about 1/2 cup there. Okay, so then we'll add that. Hellmann's mayonnaise. Okay, and then we have our ranch dip. We are going to do 2 tablespoons of the ranch dipping powder. And then we are going to add about a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. And then we are going to juice up some lime. This is probably gonna work better if I use this since it's so little. We're just gonna squeeze some lime juice in here. So lime juice from about 1 whole lime. Okay, get all the juice out. And we are going to just whisk this together really, really good. It is going to be absolutely delicious. You do not have to make this dip for this dish. I just think it's it really complements the tater tots, and the kids like dipping. Who doesn't like dip, you know? Dip makes everything better. All right, so that is done, and we are just going to set that aside for when our tater tots and steak are done and we assemble everything. Okay, our pan is heated up, and now it's time to put this beautiful ribeye in the pan. But first, we sip. Okay, as I said, don't be afraid of a little smoke. We have some extra virgin olive oil in here. We are just going to sear this steak in the pan. And I'm cooking it. My temp today is just going to be medium to medium well. I definitely don't want it well done, but I don't want it super red inside, because not everybody prefers that, you know. So we are going to let that cook. You can check your wellness using a thermometer. So I want to get to about 160. This will not need long to cook at all. You just, like I said, want a really, really nice sear. Okay, we're back. Our steak is resting and ready to be cut up so we can put them on top of the tater tots as soon as I take them out the oven. But first, it's time to sip. Okay. So you're just going to cut up your ribeye into nice small pieces, because you're going to put them right on top of the tater tots when those are done. You can tell this is already going to be so delicious. Let's try a piece. A good cut, a good ribeye, in my opinion, doesn't need anything but salt and pepper. Now, for different dishes, I'll use different things. A lot of times I'll use minced garlic or mushroom. Just depends on the dish I'm making and what I'm making with it. But for something like this, salt and pepper is all you need. Like I said, the kids, this is a fun one for the kids to help you cook, but this is something you'll want to do, depending on how experienced your little sous chef is. Okay, so that's just gonna sit there. Wash my hands really quick. We have our steak that is cut, cooked, and chopped. We have our cheese, our fresh jalapeno, and our pico de gallo. Now, once we get the tater tots out of the oven, we're going to transfer them into this baking dish, because we're gonna put them in the oven one more time until the cheese is melted all throughout. Then we'll bring it out again, and then we'll put the steak on and all the other toppings of your choice. Now, I know it seems like a lot, but it's really, really not. Again, very minimum ingredients. We've already made our delicious Chipotle ranch dipping sauce, so everything is done. The thing that's gonna take the most time is your tater tots, obviously. But, you know, when you're waiting, you could simply just sit, enjoy a nice glass of Malbec, which pairs very, very well with the ribeye. And while I'm remembering, if you like this video and you want to see more of my dishes, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you really, really like it, share it with your friends and family. Don't keep all the good stuff to yourself. Okay, our tater tots are out of the oven. They're nice and crispy. Just going to season them a little bit more with some kosher salt. Now we're going to add on the cheese, the shredded cheese, and we want lots of cheese. Lots of cheese. Never enough cheese. So we have our cheese on our tater tots. You can choose whichever option you want to add in the jalapenos, either before or after. I like putting them back in the oven with the jalapenos on there. That way they get cooked up a little. You don't have to if you just like regular fresh jalapeno. That's okay too. And so then we're just gonna put these back in the oven until the cheese is melted throughout. Won't take very long. I'd say 5 to 7 minutes. Check it, see if it's melted throughout, which it should be, and then we'll pull them out and we'll assemble them and we'll put our steak on. Okay, and our cheese is nicely melted. So now we are just going to assemble our tater tots, top them off with our ribeye that we've cooked. Very easy, let you see a little better. Just top them, spread them out very nicely so all area is covered. Then we're just going to add some pico de gallo. This is just such a pretty, fun, easy dish. Again, like I said earlier, you could very easily turn this into a meal by adding a little side salad, because then you'll have steak, potato, and salad. And it's still hot, but I want to show you a good close-up. And then I'm going to taste. So there you go. Very pretty, very delicious, very easy to cook, a very good family-friendly meal to cook anytime during the week. Now, let's taste. I'm gonna be using my dipping sauce. You gotta make sure you get a good piece of steak and a good tater tot, and you just so good. So good. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Oh, until you add a glass of wine. Very good. So again, if you like this video, make sure you like it, make sure you subscribe it, even share it with your friends and family. Thanks for joining me in Angel's Kitchen and Cocktails, and I will see you again soon. Cheers.